Oh, oh, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om peace to entire creation. Om Shanti and Om peace to everything. Creation, we have mentioned that to you, is now human centric. Everything in creation, Om Shanti. I am very close, very, very close, and I am very relieved. If you understand, I am very close. I am very, very close, and I am extremely relieved. Intuition is the most powerful thing in you. These are the things to remember. These are the guidelines. These are the markers. These are the guidelines. These are the markers. These are the things to remember. These things nobody teaches you in the books, however they should. Sadly, when you look at media, when you look at Facebook, how people are posting, what they are making their posts about, what they are saying in their posts, whatever the memes, when you confront them, why would you post something like that? According to your perception of reality, there is no right or wrong, is very simple. But according to your perception of reality, you would ask them, why would you post something like this? And they would answer, I'm just sharing a meme. You understand that? You are not just sharing a meme. You do not know. Everybody perceives reality different. Please understand that. Do not make the assumption that everybody perceives reality the same. That's why humans are in conflict. The way they perceive reality, they think, excuse me, the way they perceive reality, they think everybody is perceiving reality just like me. You understand? Because they are the center of their perception. And it has to be that way, if you know. They are the center of their perception. So it has to be that way. Everybody perceives reality different. You do not know what is a joke for you, if you understand. You do not know. You do not know if it is a joke for you, how far one can take, if you know. You do not know what is a joke for you, or what you think is funny, how far another person can take, if you know. Everyone perceives reality. When you see these memes, when you see these posts, whether, and it doesn't matter what type of social media, when you see these things, excuse me, when you see these memes, when you see these posts, um, when you see these things, you can tell about, you can tell a lot about a person, that what kind of mind frame a person is, if you know what I mean. So when they post on social media, they say, I'm just sharing a meme. When you look at those memes, for the most part, you realize that one third of the humanity, it, I mean, the people who are making a difference, if you understand, they are very few in numbers. I have lived on this planet Earth for 45 years, if you understand. 45 years. This August 8, this August 8 is going to be my 45th birthday. But I am excited and I am totally concrete and I am at peace because intuitively I know what is expected is being, I have fulfilled that. If you know, intuitively, I know what it was expected from me. I have fulfilled that. And I have realized the only thing that worth it, which is going through your nostrils in your body to support your body, and which is coming out from your nostrils. Again, that is life, if you understand. Your Kodamanadi, your prana, which is life energy, is directly linked, is excuse me, is directly linked and is directly connected to your breathing. So this is the most significant activity. Breathing, your pattern of breathing, your rhythm of breathing, or anything along those lines plays a very significant role as far as get going your accumulation, which is nothing but the body. Are you something more than the body? Of course you are. Because when you are looking through your eyes, you realize there is somebody who is looking outside through your body. Very simple example. Again, I give you this example time to time. I give you this example. The very simple, very easy example would be when you close your eyes, you still have a sense of existence. Most of the human do not look into things profoundly. They say, I need somebody to tell me what I am. I need somebody to tell me what is expected from life. Anyway, we are deviating, we are bending too much from the guidelines, and I don't want that. I want to keep it simple as I do, or at least I try. At least I make an attempt. I want to keep it simple as I do, or at least I want to make an attempt. Or I want to make it as simple as humanly possible. Intuition. I have learned to trust my intuition. I have learned to trust my gut feeling. What is that gut feeling? What is that intuition? I have forgotten for the most part, if not all, I have forgotten for the most part to listen to the mind of humanity. Mind of humanity would keep you on the surface level of living, which is three-dimensional reality. And this three-dimensional reality is a very, very, very narrow band. You know, we have two bands. Remember, I make you remember, excuse me, I remind you and I make you remember. I make you remember about the bands. Remembering about the bands excite you a lot, huh? Remembering about the bands, you get super excited thinking about the bands. So here we go. The one is broadband. Broadband is basically when you perceive reality as it is happening. That is another definition of enlightenment, if you understand. When you learn to perceive reality as it is happening without the contamination, if I may use such a word, maybe I use the right word, without the contamination, without the duality, without the concepts, what if that happens, that what if can just freeze you in where you are. That very what if can just freeze you in your body. That very what if can seize the function of your life. And if you do not do anything about it, now you are committing a sin. Sin and virtue are not the matters of morality. We have explained that to you before. You see, you do not need a book or a book. You do not need a book. I wouldn't say a holy book, but I'm just saying you you do not need a book to go in accord what your intuition tells. Intuition, in a nutshell, Intuition in simplicity, intuition in brief is also you. You understand? Talking about sin and virtue, if you know, do you really need a book to tell you what is sin or what is virtue? Do you really need a book to tell you taking a life is against my dharma? Dharma is the whole humanity is dharma is very low, you know. The whole humanity of dharma is very low. And the reason is because mm, b- the, the reason is because we have become self-centered. We only think for ourselves, and we only think for ourselves solely. We cannot, we unfortunately have become conditioned to think ourselves, and our economical structure everywhere, every society you go, plays a very significant role. And the reason for that is because only a few people are in the charge of the money. Uh, Virtue and sin is when you listen and you go in accord with your intuition. Virtue and sin is intuition, is you, which tells you do not take this a step. You see, you do not need a book to tell you taking another life is wrong. You do not need a book to tell you being selfish is wrong. If you listen to your intuition would guide you, is the best guide that there is. If you listen to your intuition would guide you, and your intuition would say that, it wouldn't verbalize in your mind like a thought, but you would feel it naturally. But you would feel it naturally and very naturally, and it would, what it would do, you would feel down. If you take somebody's money, if you rob somebody, if you are a thug, if you are a racist, if you put down somebody, uh, on the behalf of their color, their gender, their race, their country of origin, how they look, how they walk, how they talk. If you put down somebody, if you become selfish, if you become corrupt, if you want to take over on the money you have not worked for, in any shape or form, if you steal, there would be a feeling in you, not in your body, not in your mind of humanity, which is corrupted sadly and unfortunately, but in you. You realize, my followers, my loved ones, my lovers, my listeners, my seers, I have been speaking the words of wisdom openly on media just about 3 years now, or probably a little over 3 years. And I do not assume, but I would take it as granted. I would take it as granted that either you have started meditation and career meditation, or after you start watching my channel on YouTube and other media, that you have taken the initiative of meditation and you have taken the initiative of Kriya meditation. I would take it as granted, but I wouldn't assume it. You understand? When, if you are doing it meditation regularly, excuse me, if you miss a day, if you miss if you miss a day, if you miss 2 days or even 3 days, the mind of humanity is the biggest failure that you have. You understand? No, nobody makes you suffer as much as you suffer in the mind of humanity if you do not create the gap. If you meditate every day, even if you lose a day, 2 or 3, start from where you left off. Do not worry about it that you have missed it. Start where you left off. It's very simple. I cannot make it as simpler as I am already explaining. Start from where mind of humanity would say, look, you have lost all the progress. Mind of humanity would say, look, now it would brush it off on all the progress. You never lose the progress, my loved one. You never lose the progress, my seer. You never lose the progress, my follower. You never do. You understand? Whatever the good deed you do the karma, you do the karma yoga, you do the, you take the right measures. You see, you calm down the mind. You take the right measures, and taking the right measures is the top on the list is karma yoga. An act of kindness in which you wouldn't claim no thank you, even. An act of kindness in which you wouldn't claim no gratitude. An act of kindness in which you wouldn't become passive aggressive if somebody forgot to say thank you. You wouldn't. You would not act of kindness. An act of kindness that you do not expect anything in return. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I hope you are following me. All right. So what happens? Hi, good morning, namaskaram. Yeah, I started not long ago. Why don't you just come ahead and join me, love? Good morning. Yeah, just right here. Enough space, enough room right here. All right, cheers, love. An act of kindness, basically, is in which you do not expect nothing. And then when you are doing that, you are not listening to the mind of humanity. You are not influenced by the mind of humanity. If you understand that, you need to realize that you are beyond your mind and body and you are not in the influence. Then that voice, remember, now you understand, everything would make sense in the end. The very intuition would become more visible. Three-dimensional mind of humanity would keep you engaged, or would make an attempt to keep you engaged on the narrow band, so you would not learn what you are supposed to learn, and your learning is very significant. So you would always remain in duality. You would always trying to make sense out of objects. You would always be scared that what if that happens. You would always think that you are your body and you are your mind. You would always think for the perfection. You would always go about the perfection. You would try to find the right way. You would believe in the right and wrong. You do not need to believe in the right and wrong. By being yourself and not listening to the mind of humanity, you are right. You are born right. You see, not born in this human form, not born not born in this human form, not born in this human body, not born in your birthday suit. This, you see, we have mentioned that to you numerous times, that you are more than your body and you are more than your mind. I'm not saying born, yes, born in the body, but realizing not the body. But mind of humanity would tell you you are the body, but the mind of humanity would tell you this is how things are. I have, but if you transcend the mind of humanity, the next carnation, the next lifetime would be either in a better place, or you would have the luxury not to come back. Means you would transcend your samsara. You would transcend the cycle of birth and bodily demise, and you would be out of it. Now it becomes a choice. Samsara does not give you the freedom. Samsara gives you only the freedom. Excuse me, I take it back and I rephrase. Samsara only gives you the freedom that you are now free from the cycle of birth, and you are now free from the cycle of bodily demise. You are free, means now you carry no liability. You are free now, you are not obliged, you carry no liability, that if I have to get to the part, if I have to become to the part of, if I have to become the part of light, excuse me, if, if I have to become the part of light, then I have to born again. I have become part of light, but just because their dharma is so, because they cannot think outside of themselves, because they can only think for themselves and money and progress and doing that 9 to 5 and doing that every day, doing that 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and weekends off, and doing that for years, years and years. This is where the mind of humanity keeps you, which is that narrow band, and you will make no progress. I can bet my life on it. You would not make no progress. You would keep coming back in the same problems you left off. You would keep coming back in the same problems that you in the same circumstances among the among the same people, you know, just about the same relatives, but in the different forms, but the same essence, the same souls, which is the speck of consciousness. You would keep coming back, coming back, coming back. One can say, what's wrong with that? Well, I have any news for you. I am not like you. You see, I am nothing like you. I'm not even a human. I do not consider myself human. I cannot live in duality. I cannot live for 5 days a week, 9 to 5 job, weekends off, have a perfect family. I will be honest with you. This is your life. This is what you want to do. You are very free to do whatever you want to do. I can be very, very honest with you. But for me, the only goal, the only aim I have got here is to deliver the words of truth and wisdom that I have delivered, and is to bring clarity in human perception and try to bring the dharma of humanity up. The mind of humanity is equal to narrow band. The mind of humanity, the mind of humanity is equal to three-dimensional reality. I feel suffocated with all this. You see, you can judge whatever you want to judge about me, what I'm saying. You don't need to believe me. You do not need to like me. You do not have to agree or disagree with what I'm saying. I am putting out an option out there. If you understand what you do, I'm putting out an option out there. It's very, very simple. What you do with this wisdom, what you do with this truth, it's entirely your business. I'm leaving you as my witness, if you understand that yes, I have done my job. Now, as I said, I take it as granted. As I said, that I take as granted that you either have started the yoga too, yeah. But meditation has the priority. Remember that hatha yoga, this yoga, that yoga. I'm not talking about all that. Meditation has the priority. Meditation frees you from duality. Meditation is a very powerful tool through which you transcend the mind of humanity. And this is all the mind of humanity, by the way, that I just listed not long ago. This is all the mind of humanity that I just listed. 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week, a perfect family, American dream, Indian dream, Canadian dream, this dream and that dream. In this country, America, they call it American dream in a way that world starts from America and ends to America. You see, that's ignorance. But anyway, no problem. This is all, you are a human, and I am very, 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 very happy that I have transcended the mind of humanity for the most part of my life. I have transcended duality for the most part of my everyday life. I am I have transcended the mind of humanity, which is nothing but lies, right and wrong, and keeps you in that kind of living, you see. So if you say what's wrong with that, I like what I do. You see, I do 9 to 5. I have a good job. I'm progressing in my profession. I am progressing in my education. I have a perfect family, American dream, this and that and that and that. Well, if this is what you are after, you have it. Keep coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, and coming back, and keep stay. Because once you leave this physical form, obviously it's gonna happen. You don't even know what day that would be. Nature has made it hidden. It's a secret. Otherwise, you wouldn't stand the day if you knew the day of it, you see. So you need to keep yourself prepared every second, you see. And after that, most souls either they become lost in eternity, uni, or they don't want to leave here. This is how we make ghosts, if you understand. Most souls, the weak souls, spiritually weak, they have been taken by darkness. Not the darkness which is our fundamental state, do not confuse that, but the darkness of ignorance, the darkness which is evil. There are two types of darkness. One is the sacred, one is divinity, one is nothing, one is eternity, once which we understand as Brahman or Brahman, however you want to pronounce it. It's a Vedic Sanskrit word. There is no right or wrong pronunciation as long as you comprehend the term, and that's all, you see. And that also tells you when somebody use a wrong word in English and you know the right word, you don't all of a sudden you do not turn into Tom Hanks to tell them that how stupid you are, even though if you do not say that. This is not the standard of being wise or stupid, you understand. It's such a pathetic language. I hate this language. I don't want to use the word hate because you humans are doing a phenomenal job creating hate and duality left and right. Why am I telling you all this that I have mentioned to you in this video message? Why? I am telling you that if you are ignorant, and if you are ignorant, and if you think that you have no obligation or liability towards the rest of the creation, then something would pull you in a way that you may not like. You are expected to play a role. Your ignorance is not your excuse, you know. You are living right now in proper ignorance. If you are living in the narrow band, the three-dimensional reality, the three-dimensional mind frame, the three-dimensional way of living, you see, if you are just living and you say, this is it, I have found my comfort, this is it, I have found my comfort in it, I am totally and absolutely comfortable, if you know the word, where I am, you see, the narrow band again, then you are not making no progress, you see, because you have found your comfort zone. The very comfort zone runs you out. The very comfort zone wears you out. The very comfort zone leads you to a mind frame where you ask the question, this all there is this all the meaning of life is? Why am I here? You see that when it wears you off, then you start asking these questions. Some people take numerous lifetimes just to ponder on that question. These dumb souls, sadly and unfortunately, I have more good words for these beings, but the most of you humans are those beings. Most of you, you know, most. So the why am I telling you all this today? Because I need you to realize you are expected to play a role. You see, you cannot always be an as-why. You see, you cannot always be selfish. You cannot always think about yourself and your family and not the commonwealth of entire humanity. You cannot always do these type of things, you know. You need to grow. And when I say grow, not the three-dimensional reality, not the narrow band that you're going to pull the narrow band like a rubber band you love to pull, it's not that. It's not that I'm asking you to grow in that regard. I'm You need to be a leader, not always a follower. And follower of lies for the most part. If you are following a religion, you are a follower of the lies, because these are all human construct. If you ever got to make the change, you need to look at the truth as it is happening. You need to stop following somebody who's telling you how to live your life. Am I telling you in more than 250 videos, more than 245 videos on YouTube, or probably even a little more than that, if you understand that, and tons of videos on my Instagram channel, including here on this social media, Facebook. But I open it as soon as I'm done. I would close the account, and hopefully, in a couple of days, my transition is gonna happen. Hopefully, I am truly hopeful. So I wouldn't have to even do anything. More than 245 videos, 250 videos on YouTube and Instagram I have given you. In numerous and countless videos, I have told you that how significant it is that you grow spiritually, not financially, not physically, not growing your titties or penis or whatever. No, I'm talking about grow spiritually and play the role. You cannot always be the follower. You cannot always be a blind sheep. You need to play a role. You need to realize. You understand. You need to start committing virtue. What is a virtue? Have you ever questioned what is virtue? Do you know what virtue is? Virtue is not, if you are a Muslim, you know there is a excuse me. If you are a Muslim, there is mosque. If you understand that, in mosque, Islam is the most unrealistic, sick religion to follow, because the founder of this religion was not only a pedophile, but he was a rapist and a, what the word we use, he was demented. He came from evil. He was a devil, Muhammad. So he punished his follower by asking them to pray 5 times in the mosque. Otherwise, hellfire will be poured down their throats. It's all in his book, Quran, by the way, just so you know. Make no mistake. I'm not pouring words, but I'm just letting you know that if you follow a demon, there is no result coming out of you. You see, if you follow a devil, there is no result coming out of you. If you understand that, you see 5 times. You think if you miss your bending of your ass and showing it to divinity, to eternity, to kahuna, you think that is virtue? Or if you missed it, then you would be punished for it. You think this is how things are? Or you have to go to mosque every Friday and do their hanky-panky satanic rituals in the mosque. Mosque is a place where they perform the satanic rituals and they claim we are praying. That's Islam. No, discard that altogether. The entire human construct, discard it. Come out of it. Number two, Christianity. Christianity, as I have mentioned before, Christianity was nowhere to be found when Jesus was around. And when Christianity was around, Jesus was nowhere to be found. It's a fact. You see, if you want to take advantage of the wisdom of Lord Christ, look at his life. You cannot find it in Bible. I wouldn't call it Holy Bible. There's nothing holy about it. You cannot find it in Bible. If you understand that, look at his life, how he reacted, look at his life, how he reacted, how he acted on numerous occasions, what wisdom he brought. Somebody asked him a question, what answer he gave them, on what occasions, what measures, what actions that he took. If you understand, this would give you more wisdom, by the way, make no mistake. And then the third word is the third human construct is Judaism, Torah, which is the Old Testament. These are all human constructs. So as long as you remain among these constructs, you can never grow, and you are expected to grow, and then you are expected to play your part. If you do not learn your lesson, nature would create circumstances. I'm not trying to scare you, but if you are scared, so be it. I do not care about you are scared. We have catered the other feeling, and that has made us feeble, that has made us weak. You understand? So nature would create the circumstances out of nowhere that you wouldn't even have a clue, and it would bring you down on your knees like a dog you have become, like a slave, and then it would teach you, and then you are not gonna like it. It's very simple. You see, you cannot have it both ways. It's either this way or that way. So you need to choose one over another. That's what I'm saying in very simple and plain disgusting English, if you know. So you need to choose one over another. You need to either choose the growth, which is the ultimate growth, the spiritual growth, the broad band, or you can keep committing the narrow band. Virtue. What is virtue? Virtue is when you come out of this. Virtue is when you see what is stopping you to play your role for the betterment of humanity. You know, to bring them close, to bring clarity, like I'm doing right now. Why I feel suffocated, why I feel, why I feel suffocated, why I feel constipated, if you know why I feel suffocated, like something is missing, a very vivid feeling in me. Why I feel constipated, there's something is missing in me, a very vivid feeling in me, that something is missing. This is not all there is. Do you think I was born like that? Yeah, maybe I was born like that. I'm not denying that possibility, but it triggered after a certain period of time as karma catches up with you. Is this a good karma? Absolutely it is, because in previous carnation or the previous reincarnation or the previous, I worked on myself. You see, I said, no, this is all not that can be. Money, I transcended. Personal connection, I transcended. Family, family, I transcended uh, the attachments, the bonds. I had transcended the bands, the bonds and the bands. You see, I transcended, I worked on myself, and I transcended all that. That keeps us here in the dream of the mind of humanity. It was very significant. What prompted me to transcend that? Because I had a vivid sense from within, which didn't come from anywhere. I worked on myself, and I realized everything was there. You see, everything was there, but it became clear to me. It's very simple. And how did I become to me? When I took charge of duality, when I took charge of the disorders or the impurities of the soul, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, anxiety, depression, uh, anxiety, depression. These are all impurities, by the way, of the soul. You see, when I took care of these impurities, not necessarily in this lifetime, but the lifetime before, that do you think that achievement, do you think the progress I made is gonna just dissipate and it's just gonna go after I transit? No, it does not. It stays intact. It imprints on your soul, which is a good thing. That's why it's very significant for you to make progress, you see, and do not live like a blindfolded ox which goes in circle, you know, around a well. Do not live like that. You expect it. You commit a virtue, a very virtue, when you free yourself from anxiety, when you take care of that. You commit a virtue when you free yourself from anxiety, from depression. These are all the impurities of your soul. You commit a virtue when you bring the dharma, or you start doing your work like I am. Am I saying, you know, all this rubbish saying that Dayani is that humans have made the titles to justify everything? It's not in words, it's in you, if you understand. Am I each I'm saying that I'm this or that? No, I'm not special, I'm just like you. But I am committing virtues after virtues after virtues after virtues. Because not only I got liberated from my is active on you and you cannot play that role. The Munda is whispering in your ear, if you understand, and saying, if you say that, you would say wrong. People would think you are stupid. Now, if you ever see all your fears are based on the image you carry in the society, people think I am stupid, let that be. I have no problem. When Munda whispers in my ear and tries to bring doubt in me and says, hey, look, if you are spiritually weak, then it would happen very often. And Munda says, if you say this, if you make this a statement, you would get in trouble. People would report you. You would get in trouble with law. You would get in. People would think you are stupid. You know that this is all self-doubt. This is devilish. This is coming from devil, and the reason it is happening every day with you numerous times, 8 day numerous and many days, and this is how your life ends because you do not trust yourself. And then you look outside. If I chant the mantra from this clown Quran or Bible or Torah or this and that, something would magically happen. Forget about it. You are done. You see, you just put yourself on infinite misery. Forget about it. Anyway, in the last, before I take off, remember, I'm going to put this retreat on YouTube. That's number one. And number two, I truly, truly hope my transition happens very, very soon because I'm very tired. What was expected from me, basically, I have played that role, if you understand. What was expected from me, basically, I have met those expectations. What was expected from me, what was I signed up for majorly to do, if you understand. What I signed up for majorly to do, I have done it. Okay, I feel constipated, as I mentioned. The retreat before, not the last retreat, but the retreat before, as I mentioned, that I feel very suffocated. And the reason I'm feeling suffocated while being here, because I cannot be the same. You understand? Imagine a room which has the wall are so tall that they are infinite. But when you jump out of curiosity, because curiosity is in you, you jump and you want to see what's beyond the wall. You jump, you jump, you jump. One day you jump so high that you see a glimpse of outside the wall. And when you see that glimpse outside of the wall, your life can never be seen. This is what's happening to me. Not happening, this is what's happened to me. So I cannot pretend. I cannot play a good husband. I cannot play a good wife. I cannot play a good transgender. I cannot play a good partner, a good lover, a job from 9 to 5, weekends off. I cannot play for years and years and years and years, and my life ends. I am expected to make progress, and so are you. Anyway, just after meditation, just say yes. We love to hear your words of truth and wisdom because we have not grown the balls, basically. So we want somebody else to do it for us. That's your story. You have no balls. You are scared. You are feeble. You are weak, and you are timid. And you always under the rule of Munda, the duality. You have no balls. No matter how mighty you think you are, no matter you are a president or an authority person, this and that person, you are always worried about your image. You are always worried about what happens if my body gets hurt. What happens if my face becomes deformed, this and that. So what? But you do not see. Yeah, you are addicted to my words. You are addicted to the sound of my voice. You are addicted to the sound, to the words of truth and wisdom. You know why? Let me tell you the reason why. Because this is already in you. That's why. This is already within you. All I'm doing is just trying to clear the fog. I am bringing, by clearing the fog, as you see on my YouTube channel on the intro, by clearing the fog, I bring clarity. Clarity is not some, and what is under the clarity? After I've cleared the fog, what you see? What you see after I clear the fog? When I clear the fog, you see truth, the way it is happening, not the way you think the truth is happening. That's what you say, you know. But no, you want to depend on me. You want to know truth through me. You don't want to put no efforts, but it's not happening. Because in last 2 3 days in Kriya, in Samadhi, I have intercoursed with divinity. I have intercoursed with Brahman. I have intercoursed with all the good souls, the oneness, the unity, and I have elaborated and I have stated in a very firm way, if you understand. I have elaborated and I have stated in a very firm way that look, my job is done. Since I took the path towards you, I have transcended. Once I have seen what's beyond the wall, my life can never be the same, you see, and I have no problem with that. I cannot play. I cannot play. I cannot pretend 9 to 5 family guy, this guy, that guy, or the wise guy, or American dream, or this and that. All the scrap, all the shit. I cannot live in it. This is how I look at a normal life that you human have built. Wherever you are, it does not necessarily here. Wherever you are, you see what every society more or less is the same, you know. This not this particularly this society is not solely to blame, but wherever you are, every society more or less the same, you see. This is what your life has become, and I said I am no human. I don't want to be obliged by their rules and all that drama, you know. I don't want to pretend that I'm a family guy. I don't want to pretend this and that and attachments. I don't want to pretend that I'm making progress as far as the job. I don't want to pretend that I am making progress as far as I'm getting the promotion. I don't want to pretend that I'm growing as far as my finances. No, I cannot pretend that. I have transcended that. And in the intercourse, I told this Brahman, I said, listen up, I have done that. And I was on your path while I did that. Now you bring me home. It's very, very simple. I cannot live like this. So in meditation, I ask you and I request you. Rather, I ask you, I have earned that right, maybe. I ask you that say farewell, yes. You see, today when you meditate, you say farewell, cut the ribbons, you know, cut the ribbons. You know, you like to cut the ribbons, that makes you feel very important. You like to cut the ribbons, that makes you feel a person of authority, like you are somebody important. You wrap that ribbon around your sexy body and you get super horny. Is that what your case is? Anyway, cut the ribbons, you see, cut the bands, the attachments from me, and free me. You understand? Free Yogeshwara, free yes. Free me. Free me. That's what I'm saying. And say farewell, goodbye, so long, farewell. You know, I don't need your thanks though, but just free me so I can go home.